Hello, my friends. I had a fella ask about repairing arrow tips, and it just so happened that I drove this guy into a sheet of plywood once too often and pushed my tip back in. Now you can see that there's a piece of carbon hanging off it, and there's a little strip of it missing. This could still be repaired. If I just took Fletch-Tite and put it on the side, this little piece that's hanging off would sit right back in the groove and it would dry, and I could take the lighter and heat it up and take the tip off. But really, for the sake of a couple of dollars, why bother doing that, you know? So I doubt if I'm going to really take the time to repair that. I'm just going to use another arrow. But I'll show you something here. This is also a gold tip arrow by Byron Ferguson, and it has about a 4-inch insert into it. I think that's what it is. Anyhow, they shoot it at a brick wall and it doesn't break. Okay, so what we can do is take a brand new Warrior, which is less than half the price, and simply put in a big gold tip insert. They're not very expensive. So this is the original insert. It's 1 inch long, and when it hits something really hard, it disperses the pressure to a small area, which is very intense. With an insert like this, it disperses the pressure to a much wider area and has more surface area for the glue. So this guy can take a lot of pressure. So anyhow, rather than rebuilding arrows, I would just say, get some of the bigger inserts. It's not going to make that arrow that much heavier, not really, and it'll give you lots of strength. Anyhow, that's what I had to say about that. So I'll be back in a minute and we'll fool around with some shooting. Okay, my friends, so I've started to cant Daisy May. So anyhow, let's just go and check this out. The kinds of things that I've come to realize is that the very most important thing is that last inch when it's coming back to your eye. We have many ways of standing, open and sideways, and bending our knee, and we can use 3-under or split finger, all these kinds of things. Cant the bow, hold the bow vertical, all these kinds of things. But what I find the common denominator is that last inch, getting it lined up. On a center shot bow, get it lined up. It's center shot. The thing is that I see different angles. So I'd like you to check for this kind of thing, but when I first put it up, the angle is that way. When I get it about halfway back, the angle becomes a little straighter, a little more astute to the target. And when it gets back so that it's only about 1 inch, that's where it really lines up, and that's when you have to carefully come back till you touch your lip. So we're playing the angles. That's what we're doing here. I want you to try it out. 1 angle, 2 angles, then straight back is the 3rd angle. keep the tip on the center line. Then it only has to come around, and then just in front of your face, straight back. But that's how you line it up. Start with your tip on the center line, not on the right on the target necessarily. Okay. Anyhow, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that put it right on the center line. Start to draw back. The pressure in the bowl will start to pull your arm in. When it gets back, oh, just a few inches, 5, 6, 7 inches in front of the face, the pressure will start to bring it in on an even straighter angle. And then finally, the pressure in the bow will pull your arm in, and you'll see that it lines up to the target with a center shot bow. It will line up. Just press. Okay, anyhow, get some arrows. Back in a minute, boys. Okay, my friends, so let's just take a couple of shots here. I'm going to show you a simple way of lining up to that target, and this will give you your cant. So it's not like a presupposed cant. It's whatever it takes to make the arrow point at the target. And simply, I would look at the target, and you see how the arrow's off on an angle? Well, simply roll it so it's straight at the target, and that you have an idea that it's coming back towards your eye and close to the corner of your mouth, around that area, okay? But it's very easy to find. It's just do that. And of course, we tug on it, but that's how you line it up. And it works very good. And you can get back to the point where you're only an inch from your mouth, and you can draw straight back and aim your arrow. It's a center shot bow. Aim through the center. Also, keep correcting your aim. When you first begin to draw, you'll find that the tip of the arrow will go to the left. Try it. If you've got her canted down, the tip will go to the left. So just cant it, get it until it's just in front of your face. You can see that it's lining up, the tip is lining up to the target. Come straight back. Touch your lip. The spot on your lip can vary because your head angle can vary a little bit. So that's why it has to come back straight to the eye. Okay? So that's the kind of thing that we're doing. We want to line it up simply to our eye, to our anchor. Just lay it down in the trough. When we start to draw, we see our arrow go off a little bit. We just correct it. As the angle changes to that second angle, we'll see that it wiggles off a little bit again. Just correct it. Now it's just about an inch in front of your face. Come straight back. Let your arm be all relaxed, calm. Press forward. That's it. Anyhow, it's getting late. That's enough for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the little lesson, and I'll be talking to you later. Okay, boys. Good night.